Hello friends, this is Anubhav. Today I am going to show you how to create a paint program in Scratch. We will learn the drawing system of the paint program using lists. So let's start. So first let's delete this cat. And here let's click on paint, convert it to bitmap, fill and then black, and then click here, and it is a big dummy costume. So let's name the costume big, and let's name the sprite pen. And so when green flag clicked means when the paint program starts. Let's set the ghost effect to 100 means to make it fully transparent. See, it became fully transparent. And then the forever loop, and that means when the program will start and the continuing of the program, it will continue the program. So here will be if, and here mouse down means when we press and hold the screen. Let's make two lists, naming it draw X and finally draw Y, and this will store the data drawn. And let's delete this my variable and make a new variable, naming it index, and this will be for all sprites. So if mouse down, then what we need to do is add to list, and so in the last there will be draw Y, add the thing to draw X and add thing to draw Y, and at draw X instead of thing let's add mouse X, means the mouse position, and mouse Y means the Y position of the mouse, and obviously mouse X means the X position of the mouse. So let's make these two lists. And now let's continue drawing. But it does not refresh. So here is another thing. There will be delete all of draw X means clear the X positions, and delete all of draw Y, clear the Y positions, and it means to clear the full screen. And now yes, it clears. And let's make a custom block, naming it Oh my god. Naming it draw. And remember to take this run without screen refresh. So let's drag it here. And let's drag the actual draw block after the if mouse down then. And then we'll continue drawing. So at first, let's set the index to 0. Instead of 0, we will type here 1. As now we are counting the first row. And then here will be a repeat. Length of draw X or draw Y, anything. Go to add extension and choose this pen extension. The define draw, that means it will draw. So at first there will be pen up at the top of define draw, and then so let's here, so go to X. So here will be item 1 of draw X, Y, item 1 of draw Y. That means it will calculate the data and continue drawing. So here will be item index of draw X, Y, item index of draw Y. And then we need to change the index variable by 1. And then we need to continue drawing, means pen down. Now let's test this. Everything is perfect, as I can see. We can now draw beautifully. But here you can see something. There is a line created between here and here. And we did not draw from here to here. So, to solve this problem, let's make another list, naming it pen down for all sprites. And there, instead of if mouse down, here will be if else. And in the if statement, add these two scripts. And here would be same to same, mouse down. No. Here would be mouse down. And at last, draw. And let's create another variable, a new variable, naming it pen down for all sprites. So let's hide this, draw X and draw Y. So here we need to set pen down to 1, and before setting pen down to 1, we need to surely add it to pen down. Means add pen down to pen down. Why? It will not create lines. That's why. But else, at the else statement, here will be set pen down to 0. And that means it will not draw. and now here drag this pen down and put it in the if statement, in the if else block. If so item index of pen down is equal to 1. That means when we are drawing, when it was drawing, then it will be pen down, or else pen up. But at first there would be also delete all of pen down. Why I am going to tell you. It will clear the full screen as it did at first. But at first there needs to be erase all. And that's why it was not going. So now let's give it a try. So we draw here and woohoo! Here it is. There is no line between here and here. Perfect. So here we learned the basics of drawing and the drawing system mainly. And we can draw now perfectly using lists. Perfect. Here, after we click on the stop button, then this big costume appears. So how to prevent this? Well, let's duplicate it. And here, let's make a transparent costume. And this will now be a transparent fill. And here, the costume name will be small. So at first, we will switch costume to the big costume at first, means this costume. And after that, or after we draw, then we will switch the costume to the smaller costume. So let's test this. So here we drew, and now let's click on the stop button. Yeah, this big costume did not come. So how about symmetric effect? Well, do not fear, it is easy. Click on variables and let's make a new variable, naming it symmetry. And this will be for all sprites. Now, let's turn the symmetry into a slider. And let's change the slider range to, for example, 1 to 15. And let's click on OK. So, it is perfect. It is working good. But how to add the symmetric effect? So let's make a list. And so let's name it symmetry. And this will be for all sprites, this list. And another list, naming it limit, also for all sprites. Let's click on OK. So here, after the erase all, the pin up and the repeat length of draw x, pin up between pin up to here will be repeat symmetry. Or let's also change this to draw, and here will be symmetry. So this will be run without screen refresh, still run without screen refresh. And now repeating the symmetry times. At first there will be pin up, at first, and then the drawing scripts. And so, how to code the symmetry effect? So let's make another tool. It's new, naming it Symmetric X. This will be for all sprites. Symmetric Y. This will also be for all sprites. So the symmetric X and symmetric Y would store the values and operate the same. And so let's drag this. And now let's continue. And remember to make a variable. So no need to make variables. We will continue with this. So here actually there will be repeat length of symmetric X or symmetric Y. Let's do this and let's duplicate it, and here will be also changed to symmetric X and symmetric Y. So here let's add it below. Here also there will be set index to 1 in the bottom. So it will be same. So at first let's set the X and Y variables to 0 at first. And it is here. Means it will be at the middle. And now what we are going to do is we are going to point in the direction, and here will be length of draw X or draw Y. Here we need to repeat, but at first we need to delete symmetric X and symmetric Y. So here will be point in direction, bring a at sign of and a division sign. Of draw item index of draw x means the position, and mine, and it would be subtracted by the x position now, and it will be the drawing position. And here item index of draw y actually minus, here actually it will be y position instead of x position. And so let's add a plus sign of and the other socket there will be a item, this item index of draw x minus x position is lesser than 0. And multiplied by 180 so that it really points there. And here we will move the square root here. Here is the square root of so added an addition sign and two multiplication signs. So item index of draw x minus x position multiplied by item index of draw x minus x position means the square of item index of draw x minus x position square is meant here. And here let's duplicate this item index of draw y minus y position here into item index of draw y minus y position, and that means the square of item index of draw y minus y position. And here, and remember to make a variable naming it symmetric direction for all sprites. So at first we will set the symmetric direction to 0 at first, and here will be plus, and remember to add this symmetric direction. But here is go to x, item index of draw x, y, item index of draw y. Actually there will be item index of symmetric x, y, item index of symmetric y, means which is now about to run. Run, and there we will add it to symmetric x and symmetric y. Add the x position to symmetric x and add the y position to symmetric y, so that it could remember. And remember to do this. At the last, we need to change the symmetric direction by 360 divided by symmetry. Means it will rotate whole 360 degree. Now let's test. There is something wrong. So let's check it. We are not changing the index even. At last there will be change index by 1. So let's just take this. Still it is not working. I guess so. What is happening? I know. So here is draw, and in the socket there will be symmetry. It was blank. That's why nothing was happening. So now let's see. Here is a huge problem. It is working totally opposite. And I don't need this. So here will be item index of draw y minus y position. It was a problem. Still it is happening. So let's reverse it. And now let's check. Again. It is happening again and again. Means something is wrong here. Let me see. So let's do this symmetry plus 1. Let's check symmetry plus 1. So same problem. Something is wrong here, as I can see, and I can see clearly. And so let's reverse those. Let me see if I reverse this. The problem is still happening. So first let's set the symmetric direction to symmetry divided by 2. Let's check if it is symmetry divided by 2. Here something is still wrong. Now let's see. Now everything is perfect. We have solved the problem. But here is another problem. When it reaches the middle, then it creates lines, many lines. So we need to solve this problem. And this changing symmetric lines. So fast after changing symmetry lines, and that means the whole symmetry is changing, and the symmetric effect starts changing automatically. This is one problem. So first let's start solving the problem of the creation of lines here. Now let's get started on this. So here let's make another list, naming it indexes not counted, and this will be for all the sprites. So at the first there will be delete all of indexes not counted. And here will be if and there will be it equals to 0, the direction, symmetric direction. If symmetric direction equals to exactly 0, means now it will start. And remember to put a repeat symmetry plus 1. And so what will be here? So I am going to tell you. Here you need to add here. So add the indexes not counted. So here will be 1. No. So actually here will be 2 equal to's. So here will be item index of row x equals to x position, or item index of row y equals to here y position. So we will check this. So here is index is not counted. No, we don't need trues actually. And now there is, so actually it will be not, and this index is not counted is written. So here will be false, 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 false. And so another thing, here we will add x position multiplied by, actually here will be not this true false statement, and the minus 0. So here will be x position in the item index of indexes not counted multiplied by 2, and here will be minus 1 to symmetric x, and same to same y position, but replacing x position there will be y position, and add this whole statement to the symmetric y. So now let's see what happens. Now, oh my god, still there is this, and actually I don't want this. So here is showing minus 1, and that means here should not be this not. So now let's give it a try. Oops, still it is coming like this. Now let me check. And still it is coming like this. And first, let's check this symmetric y, symmetric x, symmetric y. So let me check. So here was minus 35, then 34, 34, 34. This was symmetric x. So, and that means here is the problem. When it goes to 0, then it happens. So we need to clearly prevent this. Minus 35, it is straight going to 34. So why is this? Okay, let's solve the problem. So here was indexes not counted. So let's open this indexes not counted and let's check the 72. But still it is counted. Here is a confusion. Still it is counted. And this is truly a big problem. And so the 72 and let's check this drawings first. Let's check the 72. It was minus 34 at draw x. 72 minus 34 and symmetric x. 72 is 34 at this time. And so I have an idea. And this is correct that it is different. It is slightly different from then minus 34 and here is 34. And so it will be a big problem. So we need to change this to 0 minus x, 0 minus x position, 0 minus and not duplicating, so it will be y position. So let's remove this, but otherwise we need to add 0 x position to symmetric x and y position to symmetric y, like this. But at first there will be an if else. Yes, item indexes not counted if it equals to 0. So if it equals to 1, and it is still happening. Still. The index is not counted. So this is a big confusion. And it is showing 0. Let's change the index by minus 1 or something and then change it to 1 again. Now still 0. Means there is a big problem. And now still it is confusing why it is happening all the time. But when it reaches 0, it becomes like this. And so, item index of indexes not content equals to 1 here is telling and here everything is 1, but no, let's reverse this and now let's check. Still happening. So, I've understood the solution. Here will be AND, not OR. And let's see if it works or not. Yeah, worked. Y is in 0 means it did not form these lines. Perfect. And now let's again hide this. And now it is working beautifully. And here I need to tell you that here if it will be greater than 0, the direction, symmetric direction is greater than 0, then we will draw, otherwise we will not. And everything seems to work now. Perfect. And how about the changing symmetry? And see this problem, it is changing instantly. The previous symmetry changes when we try to change the symmetry slider. So, to solve this, here you need to add pin down to the limit. You need to add. But before that, you need to replace the last item of limit. And remember one thing, there will also be delete all of limit and there will be delete all of symmetry. Here also will be symmetry. So we will also add symmetry to the symmetry list. So replace item length of limit means the last portion of limit and width is 0. No. Yes, width is 0. Still it is working. And let's make another custom block and also naming it draw. And this will also be run without screen refresh. And drag this define draw here. And drag this draw here. And then drag this draw block here. Let's drag this define draw here. It would be better. But I need to remove this from here. You also need to remove this from here. Remove this erase all and drag it to the define draw, and put this whole script in repeat symmetry plus 1. And here, let's see if it is working fine. So again, let's pull the pen up inside, as it is a great problem. Now it is working fine. Now 0. Still, it is not making lines. Good. But how about we change? So yes, it is easy as a pie. So in this repeat until, and let's make a variable naming it row for all sprites. So here will be set row to 0 for now. So repeat until row is greater than the length of draw x, and make another other two lists naming it selected x and selected y. And another thing, we will make another list naming it selected pen detector. For all sprites. So let's begin. So this repeat until begins. So it will at first, let's say so at first here we will change row by 1, and here will be repeat until, and here is item row, and letters of limit. So we will set this to 0. And that means we will add selected x, selected y, and selected pen detector. So that means we need to add item row of draw x to selected x, item row of draw y to selected y, and item row of pen down to selected pen detector. And at first there will be deletal of the selected x, selected y, and deletal of selected pen detector. So again here will be change row by 1. But here will be draw item and it will be row minus 1 of, that means symmetry. It will be drawn. But so it will be item index of selected x, or like it will be selected to selected x, draw x's to selected x. Here selected x, and these are the selected y. These also, these are sorry, the selected y, not symmetric y, selected y, selected x, and this will also be selected y, not symmetric y. So let's test. So let me see. Now it is a large number. So, oops, the limit is empty actually. So let's set this pen down to 1 here. So this is a problem here. Why nothing is added? So let's check this row. Still it became a large number. So item row of limit equals to 0 here. So item row of limit equals to 0. It is false. Item 1 false. Means there is a problem. A real problem. So let's replace this with, actually we need to put a pen down and add 0 to limit actually. Now let's see if it works or not. It is hanging all the time. Why it started to hang, I don't know. it is still a large number. So actually it is outside, that's why. So let's put it inside. Actually it needs to be inside. But why I could not draw and it is hanging all the time? So I found a problem. So here will be 1 and here will be repeat until not item row of limit equals to 1. Means it's over. Now let's see. Oops. What am I seeing here? But let me see. Limit, so there will be 0 at the last. So here is the problem. Here is written length of, actually here will be selected x. And now the problem is solved. And now we have a working symmetric effect. And let's see if we can change or not. Of course we can change. Yes. Beautiful. And here, let me see it properly. Wow. It just blows me away that we can have something like this too. And wow, so many beautiful patterns and designs. Wow, it is looking very beautiful. Perfect. So, I hope friends you like this video. So please like, comment and subscribe my channel. See you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you soon. And for now, bye bye.